Welcome back to the Saints Insider 2-Minute Drill. I am Luke Johnson, your NOLA.com Saints beat writer, joined by my fellow beat writer, Matthew Paris. We're going to break down day 4 of Saints training camp. And Matt, we spent a lot of time talking about the quarterbacks. We can still talk about them all day today, but let's talk about some other observations that we saw. Let's start on the defensive side of the ball. A couple new additions, getting some run with the first team.
Yeah, you're starting to see those additions kind of force their way up the depth chart. We saw Julian Blackmon today work with the ones a little bit. He also had an interception, albeit with the threes, but it was still a really nice play. Picked off Jay Kaner right in the end zone there. Brandon Staley said, "I've waited 5 years for this." I don't know if he meant for an interception or because Julian Blackmon's been in the league for 5 years. And so I think he's fired up to have him. And then Jonathan Bullard getting some runs with the first team defensive line. You really start to see, like Nathan Shepard and Colin Saunders, last year's starters at defensive tackle, they're primarily with the twos now, and so you do start to see that shake-up there.
Yeah, I think Julian Blackmon in particular, look, he hasn't been rotating in with the ones his first few days here, but I think that's clearly the expectation. Even Kellen Moore talking about it today is like, yeah, we'll probably have Justin Reed as our box safety and Julian as our free. They're clearly intending for him to be the starter as long as he does what he needs to do, and today was a good day for that. We also saw Danny Stutsman interception today. He picked off Spencer Rattler in the red zone. Look, he made a leaping interception, and he's somebody that has kind of continually caught my eye. He got some run with the ones today because Demario Davis was given an excused absence. Also, just real quick, let's talk about the running backs. Look, Alvin Kamara just turned 30 years old. I think in the ideal world, his touches are going to be like 15 to 18 per game instead of 20 to 25. Who's stepping up in the number 2? I think that's still to be determined.
Yeah, right now, it's really open. I mean, Clyde Edwards-Helaire has gotten a lot of the number 2. When team drill started, it was Kendre Miller, but I thought it was really interesting in the individual drills.
Yeah.
Kendre Miller was going 3rd or 4th in the order. It was behind Clyde Edwards-Helaire, behind Devin Neal, and then also sometimes behind Cam Akers. And so, I thought it was really interesting. Kendre Miller said he changed his number from 25 to escape that old mojo of his injury history, but I think he's going to have to prove a lot to actually solidify this role, because I kind of think he hasn't taken that step to me that maybe that people wanted to see yet. Now, it's still really early. We'll see once the pads come on, but it's still a really crowded race at running back, in my opinion.
Pads do come on tomorrow. We should be getting a really good glimpse at what they look like, what the offensive line looks like, what this defensive front looks like. Eric McCoy had some really fun stuff to say about how challenging it is to go up against the shifting fronts. So we'll see a lot more of that tomorrow. You can read about everything that we see, every little story idea that we have over at NOLA.com. Check that out. And we also have a new Saints Insider podcast up. Check that out too. For Matthew Paris, I'm Luke Johnson. We'll catch you all tomorrow.